Oh my goodness, guys. Look at that. All right, guys, we are back to civilization. We've been in a tent for 7 nights. We were actually supposed to head up to Glacier National Park, and then we aborted mission when we got a winter weather advisory. And it was supposed to be something, it was below freezing, and it was supposed to be like watery rain or icy rain. What do they call it? A wintry mix?
Watery snow.
Watery snow. So we came super prepared, but one thing we weren't prepared for was super cold weather. The first night was already pretty cold, and it wasn't even freezing. It was probably like 36 degrees. So to go to Glacier for 2 nights to suffer through freezing rain or watery snow, it wasn't going to do it for us. But we're back. I did get a lot of footage of almost every campsite we've been to except for the most important one, which is one that we stayed at Grand Teton, and it's because we were so freaking busy, which I'll talk about that in a later vlog. But it's nice to be back in a bed with air conditioning. We're in Boulder, Colorado, and it's about 90 degrees outside. So to be back indoors is nice. But without further ado, I'm going to roll the vlog of the first night, or the first place we stayed at, which was beautiful. It was called Enchanted Circle Campground. It's in Angel Fire, New Mexico. Probably the nicest campground we've ever been to when it comes to primitive camping. I did want to show you guys our little camping setup, so enjoy. Oh, Evan. F. You good? What's up, guys? We are in the beautiful Angel Fire, New Mexico. This is actually our 4th year in a row coming out here. And every year we've come out here, we've stayed at a different place. The first time we stayed actually in Taos, which Taos is probably the biggest city close to Angel Fire. However, it's still a small city. Second time we stayed at the Angel Fire RV Park Resort, or RV Resort. It was super nice, but it was a little pricey. Last year we stayed at a place called Montverde RV Park. It's more of just kind of like a raw RV park. Well, this year, guys, we're staying at Enchanted Circle Campground, which is, I mean, it's freaking awesome, but it is primitive camping. Check this out. All right, if you hear me trying to catch my breath, it's because the air is thin up here. Not much oxygen. We're at 9,500 feet of elevation in this area, and I can tell you right now, here's my truck. I can even tell the performance degradation with my truck. So the rule of thumb is every 1,000 feet is 3% reduction in horsepower. So we're at about a 30% reduction in horsepower in the truck, and it is freaking noticeable. It is a dog. Anyways, this is kind of like the main road. So this main road it's a dirt road, but it goes in a big circle. And I believe there's only 8 campgrounds here, but they're just beautiful campgrounds. So this is like our little drive up to our campground. There's additional parking right here. There's the truck, and we came in at night. We tried to get here early, but we couldn't get here early. It was dark when we got here, and they have a whole bunch of just little lights. You can see them kind of hidden everywhere. So the campsite is kind of at least outlined and laid out. They did have a couple of hammocks. This is one of them. Melissa and Ethan, they're making breakfast right now. We got all this stuff. Hey, Mai, what's going on, bud? But they have this nice like pergola, a picnic table. They give you that little bag. See a little bag up there? It comes with a whole bunch of different amenities like a first aid kit, a sponge, some trash bags, hand sanitizer, stuff like that. But that's all here whenever we got here. And then they have a little water jug to wash your hands, trash can. You can let them go. And then they also had a bird feeder, which was awesome because in the mornings we saw all different types of birds come in. But we accidentally booked. Basically, each campsite has its own name. We booked the Cliffs, and we accidentally booked an amazing rock crawling spot, guys. I went crawling yesterday. So much fun. But you can kind of see, I'll show you why it's called the Cliffs. So we walked in this way. There's our tent. I won't show you our tent. It's just a bunch of sleeping bags and messy inside. But out this way, you got to be careful because there's a reason why it's called the Cliffs. Look at it. Look at these rocks. This was awesome. Look at it. It goes all the way back there and all the way down. It was so much fun. But Milo, back up. Don't get too close. Look at this. This is like a legitimate, like a cliff. Look down there. It's kind of creepy, actually. But these rock formations are awesome. And awesome for rock crawling. Look at that thing. It wasn't there. It looks like a dinosaur print. But here's another view of the awesome campsite. It's just like we tried to actually put our tent there at first, but it's like all rock, super hard. So we have a tent there. I mean, you could probably fit 4 tents in here. And that's even if that's not putting a tent on the other side by the truck, which you totally could, but there's another hammock. But this is an awesome, awesome campground. Probably, in regards to campgrounds we've been to, probably the nicest one for sure. I mean, the fact that it came with the water already at the site. And this is, there's no water running here. It's just a jug of water. The grill was super nice. Check this grill out. We did grill up some steaks yesterday. The grill's super nice. It came with some grill accessories like your tongs and spatula and stuff like that. A nice trash can. I mean, it was just done up really nice. Fun place for sure. Ooh, let's see what we're cooking up. Sausage and onions?
With egg.
Sausage, onions, eggs. Oh God, it looks so good. I percolated coffee this morning. It was like the blondest, wateriest coffee I've ever drank in my life. I didn't even finish it. So bad. Ethan?
Yeah?
You want to say anything?
Nope.
Say good morning.
Nope.
Nope. He's in a Christmas onesie. Oh yeah, that was one thing. It got super, so it's weird. The way the weather is here, like during the day it's like 76, which if you're in the sun, it's actually kind of hot. But at night, I think it got to 36 last night. Super cold last night and the night before. So our plan was to just kind of detach, electronics detox, not do too much in the city, but we did have to go to the city last night because we needed more sleeping bags and blankets. But other than that, it's working just as planned. I did get a little bit of reading in yesterday. It was just a bunch of relaxing. So much fun. This is our second night here, our third day. We're leaving today and we're heading up to Gunnison, Colorado. And then after that, we'll be on our way. We might actually take a little detour to another national park, but we'll be on our way to Yellowstone and Glacier. Man, so much fun. I'll make sure to keep you guys up to date on what's going on, but I do got to show you one last thing. So here's my RC stuff. I brought a Mini Max, the black one with the Wide Max kit, and then I brought my crawler that I bring everywhere. But look at the tires. You can kind of tell, but they're rounded because they're so inflated. Being up here, the pressure is so low that it's actually making everything expand. And like these tires, it's like there's air in them. I mean, look at that. Look how rounded they are. It's so funny. But that's one thing you want to do if you come up this high in elevation is anything you bring, like we had coffee creamer and lighter fluid, stuff like that for the camp. You have to make sure you open it when you get here because there's a lot of pressure inside. I think our milk exploded this morning. It's pretty insane, but dude, those tires, it's too funny. So for breakfast, I got me a little breakfast sandwich here. Frosted Flakes, some yogurt, granola, and then some jam, some homemade jam. That looks good. Here comes the crew.